Welcome to Multiversial, a show where a judge introduces a world that is just like ours, but with one key difference to our two master debaters to argue if it's plausible and how. Like when everyone forgets to feed the family Tamagotchi. I'm your judge today, Jen, and allow me to introduce you to our debaters. We've got the lovely Leia here,
Hello.
and our Dragon Boy Deacon.
Hello.
Alright. Are you all ready to step into a world like this one, but with a little bit different?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright. I introduce you to a world that is just like ours, except the one key difference is plants are predators.
Nope.
Except, the specific here is they don't, produce oxygen. This way there's not like a whole... Because, you know, we need plants to produce oxygen,
So some sort of mystical thing.
I don't know, maybe rocks make oxygen. That part doesn't matter, but plants don't do it.
So just
They're
ignoring
just
the bare
predators.
function of how we have life on our planet.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
So we would have the potential of like literally any plant, like grass.
This is a horrible thing. You should feel bad. I don't even know how I have to, the logistics of this alone, I'm going to have to go to every single thing. Deacon just said grass. Everything, like, plants are normally, there are some plants that are normally poisonous.
I didn't say all the plants are
I don't
poisonous.
think we'd get very far getting out of the primordial waters.
You know, like, a snake will try to eat you, but it's tiny and typically easy to deal with.
Okay, but I have a question. Okay, so are all plants predators like individually, or are they like a hive mind? This is very important.
I would say they'd probably be kind of like pack animals in a sense, so it's not like the grass would be working together with the trees or something. You know what I'm saying? There would probably be like groups of them that are like grass would be kind of more like ants. They'd probably be the biggest hive mind of them all.
The reason that I ask is because a lot of plants can grow from interconnected roots.
Fascinating. Yeah, I mean, they would probably be all working together then.
Cringy. Like, it's so weird.
That's the point of the show.
Well, I will say that, you know, I'm not afraid of grass normally, but normally grass isn't organized and trying to kill me.
To be fair, all we have to do is, like, step on it a bunch.
No, scratch that. That's wrong. That is incorrect. Plants are already predators to me because I'm allergic to them. So I already live in this world.
I would like to say that they would probably have a bit more freedom. Like, trees could probably use their tree limbs and move them.
I was assuming
like,
I was assuming that the trees could, like, loom, but they would be
you up,
stationary.
and that's it.
I mean, a lot of them would probably starve to death, so, like, forests would just not be a thing.
They could eat animals. It's not like they purely... I didn't say they purely eat
but eventually
humans.
they eat their whole damn food source.
I don't know. I think there's a...
Us.
I think there's a lot of chickens.
Plants eat other plants.
Probably.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait a minute.
Dinosaurs ate other dinosaurs, so I don't see why not.
Wait a minute.
And what would a Venus flytrap be?
World? Hold on.
Do we what?
Do we not already live in this world? So you're saying that like plants don't produce oxygen, but there is no evidence that that oxygen isn't a toxic gas that just takes hundreds of years to kill us. So theoretically, if plants are producing a toxic gas that causes us to die in 100 years, and then we get buried, and then they eat our bodies anyway.
So that's a long con game you just listed.
If anybody's gonna be patient, it's a fucking tree.
So are you both actually teaming up on this topic? Is that what's happening?
Oh yeah, he's not wrong. It's weird. It's like Venus flytraps are already a thing.
I got the idea from my desk.
Just to illustrate, there's a fake plant on her desk.
Yes, it's got teeth and eyeballs.
Is it a piranha plant or is it Audrey 2?
I know that's a little house of little
shop of horrors.
Shop. Thank you. I knew it was a word for a building. I know what Little Shop of Horrors is about, but I've never actually watched it, so I have no idea.
It's about a carnivorous plant that feeds on blood.
No, I know, but I don't actually know what the plant looks like, so I don't.
Oh, it looks like a little Venus flytrap.
Okay, so
thing.
real
All right, but listen
talk,
here.
though?
I want to hear how you two have
this
not.
would be a problem. The written word would be much harder. We wouldn't have paper.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to hear the problems, how this world functions. Let's go, people.
Like,
Do
we'd
your
have to
jobs.
carve shit in stone. Everything would be oral, and that sounds fun in the bedroom, but let me tell you, for managing a civilization, it is not. We would never progress to a certain point, technologically.
That's true. Also, at the same time, though, a lot of our history is passed down orally. So...
Well, now hold on. We do hunt things that can kill us. Would we not hunt plants?
That makes
that
makes books even like super.
Vegans. Vegans would be heroes.
We would be saved by a bunch of vegan warriors.
I wonder how the vegans who listen to this would be like. That like half of them are gonna be like, I like this. I like feeling like welcomed here, and the other half would be like, why are they making me a joke?
Vegan Rambo, like.
What does that entail? Vegan Rambo. Okay, so they got the bandana, the whole Rambo-esque vibe. What do they kill it with? Like pesticides and a flamethrower?
No, guns.
Guns. So they're just shooting up a tree with like guns.
Yes, eventually, if you fire a chain gun or a rail gun into a tree enough, it's gonna, do some damage.
Honestly, you know what the best part would be?
To kill the tree.
The best part would be lawns wouldn't exist anymore.
That is true. I mean, deforestation would be a good thing.
Well, yeah, the whole reason deforestation is a bad thing is that we need them for oxygen. They're the lungs of the world. Like, if we didn't need them, then nobody would be bitching about that.
Yes.
Then we'd be bitching about minerals.
In this world, we have to save the rocks, apparently.
Which means computing is a bitch.
Oh my god, if rocks produce oxygen, then that would mean that things like metals and stuff, those are
to get bullets.
Rocks. You would have to destroy a thing that creates oxygen to make metals. Ugh.
Yeah, no, like the only way to fight the trees would be to kill a tree, then take its remains and make it into a weapon. Which it sounds like some fantasy
metal.
shit. Yes. And then think about this: books are the ultimate fuck you. Books are the ultimate fuck you. You have taken a tree or a thing and you have killed it and then written a story on its corpse that you read to other people.
Can you imagine, like, presenting a book to your friends, be like, wow, Frank, that's a great kill. Yeah, I took out the one that killed my mom.
Mom killed this, slams a hardcover on the fucking ground. It knows what it did.
But at the same time, think about this, because if you cut down a tree, it never truly dies and can just grow again from the
Oh my god, so that's like some creepy harvesting shit.
Does it like remember and is like, I'll get that motherfucker.
Grow back.
Wait another century. They'll get decomposed. I'll make sure they bury him near me.
We would have to maintain infrastructure. I know I'm hopping in. I know I'm the judge, but I'm just like, man, we'd have to maintain infrastructure, wouldn't we? Like, think about it.
So we're living in the hollowed out corpses of our enemies? Some fucking dark shit right there.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like some of those people who build houses out of like nature and stuff, like eventually nature starts growing out of the bits of the trees, so you would have to like constantly be like cutting down vines and stuff that are growing over your house.
What I want to know is, can they make noise?
So
Ooh.
theoretically, they would have mouths, so I would say yes, because they would have to consume you somehow.
Yeah, they would have to have mouths to consume you. So that's horrifying. You're living in your enemy, and you're just like, shut the fuck up, hack, hack, hack. It's 3 in the goddamn morning, Trent. Bang, bang.
You did not just name it Trent.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yes. Of course I did. It's a fucking treat, man.
I just wanted to make sure.
I know what a Trent is, but that's actually a name for human beings.
But yeah, like I just
there is no part of this that works.
I don't know, you're making sense so far.
The plants that like grow up out of the like concrete all the time or asphalt and stuff are growing up in defiance so that they can kill civilization.
little like the weeds. The weeds. Oh my god, we smoke weed as a species. Could you imagine smoking your enemy?
I'm just imagining a little sprout breaking through the asphalt, pops up. I'm gonna kill you, Frank. Just wait till I'm big and strong. I'm gonna kick your ass.
And then, like, it'd be so creepy, too.
Oh, rainforests would be terrifying.
They're already terrifying. Are you kidding me? All the shit in
Yes,
them?
but imagine, if the plants themselves were trying to kill you and you just walked into a rainforest and all of a sudden a vine just wraps itself around your neck and yanks you up into the air.
Some fantasy shit there.
So how do you think cities would have to be maintained?
In open fields with no trees or anything nearby.
A ton of money. Gardeners would like
that would be like the premier career is gardeners.
Gardeners would run the country.
Yeah, no, they'd be the first line of defense. Yeah.
What about travel?
Again, everything would have to be just full on away from nature. So like it would take so much more effort to carve out roads. Cities and stuff would have to be so much closer for a supply chain. Like real talk, like you couldn't go that far before you'd encounter another settlement. Because roads, always have trees and shit near them.
Yeah. We would
have to eventually have one big ass city like Mega City 1. Or, from like Judge Dredd, which was basically like the entire East Coast. It was just one giant fucking city. And then that was it. The rest of the world is just a shit. Like every nation in the world would have like one major metropolis and then that'd be it.
I will say that assuming that things like rocks and stuff are producing the oxygen now, I would say that a thing that we would have to at least consider is making a steampunk flying city.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you'd have to definitely consider it.
You'd have to
because
Jetsons
then you could
it.
rain fire on their fucking plant.
You'd have to Jetson.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get off of the earth, get yourself into the air where plants can't reach you, where they can't hurt you anymore.
And then they're just constantly growing, be like, don't worry, we'll get them in another century or so.
Oh my god, that would be terrifying.
Yeah, this world sucks ass.
I don't know. I'm hearing a pretty cool dystopian novel. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
I mean, reading about it, I would read a book about this. However,
yeah, 100%.
Hold on, you'd be protected in a mega city. You just described a mega city you'd be safe in.
We would need so much concrete, and even then, plants are known to burst from the ground. What if they're subterranean? What if they can travel underground? Their damn roots. This angers me so much I can't even feminize my voice.
I mean, I'm also just trying to think about like, okay, sure, say that like all of humanity goes into a flying city, but eventually we're going to run out of like coal and things like that to keep the steam power going. If we're assuming we're using steampunk.
Well,
like,
but then you
technology.
figure you might get.
You'd
if
probably
you
be
already,
using the fucking trees.
yes.
Just burning wood.
But I was gonna say, at that point, you might even have space travel if you have floating cities. So, going back to the core.
But how could we even get to that point? Like, just to make like plans and shit to record our information would be such a hassle. We'd have to go out and harvest a bunch of enemies, and then just basically be like, the psychological component there too of just being like, man, I just had to like kill this giant ass redwood, and I had to write like an entire dissertation on its fucking spine. Like the entire course of human history would be changed. There's no way to accurately gauge this.
Yeah.
Well, 100%, yes.
Like, who's to say we even make it out of the primordial ooze? Like, we come out there, a little
Well,
weird thing that we evolved from,
no,
and
no.
then just dies.
This is assuming that we made it. It's supposed to be a world just like
Fair.
ours. But that's how we grew up. We grew up hating plants because they want to murder us. What do you think would replace flowers as a decoration?
I mean, I still think flowers would make a decoration. Nothing says hardcore like the genitals of your enemy.
I mean, that's valid.
Hi, Susie B. Guess what I got you? Oh, my enemy's genitals. How sweet.
Okay, but they'd be so hard to get, wouldn't they?
That's what would make them even.
Oh my God.
It'd be like the equivalent of getting someone like a jeweled
All right.
necklace.
Let's say, okay, fine. Pretending
You'd
that.
wear it around your
Blood
neck.
flowers.
All right. So the flowers still exist, but they wouldn't be as common, right? So what would replace flowers as a typical decoration?
Probably some fucking rocks.
Yeah, shiny stones.
Ooh, gems. And
Yeah,
they
crystals.
produce oxygen, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Instead of like a beautiful bouquet, someone would just get like a big like amethyst geode and stick it on the counter. I mean, people already do that, but and then it would produce oxygen.
You know
and
what's
you'd just be
really
like, oh,
great
oh,
about
cool.
this though? In this world, stones actually have healing properties. You know those things. There's like the rocks have your energies. The gems.
That's yeah. I guess they probably would.
Yeah.
Let
But
me
everybody
feng
would
shui
just
it
have
up.
like bowls of crystals just sitting.
Halloween decorations would be something else, huh?
Oh my God. We wouldn't be able to do jack-o'-lanterns anymore.
Again, you still would. It just has a different meaning. A much more horrifying meaning.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
So, what do you think we would do for like crops?
That's it's messed up, but that's basically what you're describing as internment camps.
I mean,
So-
yeah, farmers would have to be like specifically like specially trained, because imagine you go into like a cornfield and all the corn just starts
Start punching you in the dick.
So I mean, they would have to be like particularly trained, but as long as we're living in like a world that's just like ours, I mean, you would still have things like tractors and things like that you could harvest.
Oh my
stuff
God!
with.
If we got to that if we got to that,
This is
the
assuming
point
we
that
did.
we're at now, plants are fucked. They're already fucked now. If they could fight back, they'd still be fucked, but just a little bit less.
But yeah, I mean, we could like, we could use like combine harvesters and like get our crops and stuff. It would just be like a thing where you have to undergo like a special training and probably sign a waiver to be a farmer.
Do you think they'd actually get paid what they're worth?
I mean, they'd probably get paid. The two biggest like best paid jobs in this universe are definitely like gardeners and farmers. Like, for sure.
But like every farmer would be freaking like jacked.
Jacked.
Ready for war at any moment.
They're all Sylvester Stallone for Rambo.
That's what I'm talking about. Vegan Rambo.
We're gonna make a T-shirt of that. I swear to God.
All right. So, you both seemed already pretty against this. I'm guessing no one would live in this world.
No.
But you'd be at this point. We'd have it under control.
No, I wouldn't want to like go out for a walk. I mean, like, imagine like the homicides, right? You just kick someone into the woods. Just be like, have fun, asshole. They ain't gonna find your body.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, no, murder would be so much easier.
It's like Children of the Corn. You go to cut down a tree and it's just full of blood. Oh God. No.
You see the vegan Rambo like takes a fucking log and like chomps into it to drink the sap of his enemies.
Okay.
Maple syrup.
Yeah, we wouldn't have maple syrup anymore.
It would just be a lot more expensive.
Oh my God. Imagine going to try and get maple syrup and like the trees beating you to death with their limbs.
Canadians would not be nice people. Canadians would not be nice people. It's called the Great White North. It's the fucking woodlands.
No, they would still be nice people. They would be yolked though. But no, this would be a terrible world. Yeah, even if we had it, like this is still horror movie level.
And they're like 8 feet tall, roided out. Be like, how did you get so small? Well, every day I go down there and I fist fight a bunch of trees, don't you know?
I think the real question is, would we all like winter?
Yes, winter would officially be the best season of the year.
I already like winter because plants die, so
all right. So, with that, thanks everyone for tuning into Multiversial and visiting this strange and dangerous world with us.
Special shout out to our sponsor tier Patreon, Neji Kuma, and all of our paid subscribers for keeping us employed, making free content like this podcast.
Big thanks to our judge Jen for picking our topic today, even if it was awful to think about. And for all you listeners, be sure to check out fearspirits.com for all of the great stuff we make and links to all of our social media and Patreon to help support the show.
See you in another time in another world, strangers.